Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. 'Cause peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown. If I had my little way, I'd eat peaches every day. So soaking balls in the shade. I'm moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat a lot of peaches. Yes, I am. Took a little nap with a roots all twist. Switched to rock, peach in the fist. Dreamed about you, woman. Pulled my finger down inside. Make a little room for them to hide. They just candy in my hand or ham or pie. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Look out! Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Millions of peaches, peaches for me. Millions of peaches, peaches for free. Look out!
And we're live.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What's happening?
Can
There
you hear
is
me?
it. I can hear you fine.
All right, excellent.
There's
Yeah,
apparently a bit of a battle of the streams tonight.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, I hopped in earlier on here and set the avatar in. I set everything. Everything looked good. And then all of a sudden, when I hopped in a few minutes before, all of a sudden just went back to the gray screen.
Oh well. Well, that's like your thing now.
Yeah, keeps me more anonymous,
Absolutely.
which is always a great thing.
Yeah. So apparently Dak's having a stream as well. So
Yeah, Pop just finished his.
Yeah. So maybe we'll have to go raid his, have a little shenanigans if I can. I don't know if I can do like a double StreamYard thing. We'll figure it out. Anyway, tonight I wanted to go over some food prep stuff.
Yeah.
Because, here's the thing. Before like COVID happened, you listen to different sources, right?
Yeah.
And when you have enough points of reference, to triangulate things, and you're hearing all the same thing from 5, 10, 15 different sources,
Yeah.
maybe there's some truth to it.
One would think.
So, yeah. So I'm hearing from all the sources that food is going to become a real problem.
Yeah.
So I want to go over, I'm not like a hardcore prepper. I'm like I don't know, mid-range prepper. I don't know what you'd even call it. I don't want to be caught short in
Yeah.
not having enough food to get by.
Yeah.
Like when COVID happened, I had stocked up enough. I started in January to really reinforce what I had.
Yeah.
Because I was hearing things, and then what happened in March, everything locked down, and then people were in lines waiting, and I mean, everybody. It's not that far in the past that nobody remembers what happened, right?
Yeah.
And hopefully, nobody listening had to deal with that. But yeah, I want to talk about stocking up, what to stock, because people will just say, you listen to all these people, they're just get food, get food, get food.
Yeah. Well, and
Well,
that's the problem. Very few people go into the level of detail of what needs to be done. Like you were saying, COVID kind of was the thing that spurred you to, to get, maybe 3 to 6 months worth of food on hand.
I had stuff on hand due to I went through a natural disaster in 2011. Well, not long after my divorce hit me upside the head. So I got like doubly screwed.
So 2 natural disasters.
Yeah, I had the woman, my ex, just run out on me. And
Yeah.
then not long after, I had a natural disaster. I had no money in the bank too. She wiped me out financially.
Yeah, that
I
sucks.
didn't see it. And yeah, so I had that, and I had the natural disaster. I didn't have much food in the house to begin with, just because of my financial situation that she had put me in. And
Yeah.
so I was like, I do never want to be. I make a decent enough living that I shouldn't be eating, the Lipton's powdered soups,
Yeah.
to get by for the week, because I went to the stores and the stores were wiped out.
Yeah.
And because of what had happened, I couldn't leave my area.
Yep.
The roads were either blocked off or impassable, and I learned a big, huge lesson that day, to not be stuck without any food.
Yeah. Well, I grew up in the Midwest. I'm lucky enough to still have one grandmother of my grandparents still alive. She turns 93 June 21st. She grew up in the Depression. So she made a point of telling all of not only her kids, but her grandkids, even her great grandkids, of, get what you can when you can, be prepared.
Mm-hmm.
And so when COVID hit, and everybody was talking about everything being locked down and not being able to get things and not being able to find stuff. Dude, I remember going fishing with my uncles before I was in kindergarten. I remember being taught how to handle a fillet knife and how to fillet fish when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think I was 10 years old the first time my uncle taught me to fire a gun. My dad instilled on all of us, hunt, fish, grow a garden, be responsible to get your own stuff, source as much of your own stuff, be independent of the system, but also network and get as much as you can and make connections with people that you can get whatever you want whenever you want. And I mean, I have a chicken farmer. I can call him, shoot him a text tonight and say, hey, I'm going to stop by and pick up eggs tomorrow. And I'll have a dozen eggs, 2 dozen, 4 dozen eggs, however many I want. I have another chicken farmer that I get chickens from once a year. And they're dirt cheap and they're the size of a turkey.
Right.
Learning to do those things at an early age, I mean, when COVID hit and everyone's all panicking about being able to get stuff, I'm like, dude, I got 2 full-size stand-up freezers in my basement.
I didn't have to go to the store for 3 months. I mean, I literally did not go to the store. I drove past, saw the lines.
I have not.
I ain't going in there.
Yeah, I haven't set foot in a grocery store since 2019.
Oh, well, that's a bit extreme. I haven't hit that extremity.
And I'm okay.
Yeah, so you're like advanced level.
Well, the thing is, well, I still have a lot to learn. The thing is, so many people sit there and I just chuckle at it. You see these people pumping, buy cases of MREs, buy these meals and the freeze-dried meals in buckets. Has anybody ever actually tried those? I have.
Well,
They
yeah,
suck.
yeah. I mean, those are the things that you save to the end till there's literally nothing left, in my opinion. I mean, you could buy a 50-pound bag of rice or whatever. Try eating rice for just 2 weeks and see what it's like.
Well,
Right?
I can do it. I've done it.
Oh, sure, but
When I was in my early 20s, eating, 2 hard-boiled eggs with some, chicken or beef broth and rice. That was basically a meal. I was in my early 20s working 2 full-time jobs. But,
or what's the other one? Ramen noodles.
oh yeah.
Yeah. And of course, those are great things to put in your pantry, but it's not the only thing you want to put in your pantry.
No, they're extenders. There are things that you can do to extend and to stretch a meal.
Right.
The little things of, there's so many people on YouTube that have videos on how to fillet a fish. You know what? Fishing is easy. Fishing is very simple. The only thing is it takes time and it takes patience. There are videos on how to fillet fish. Pay attention to the laws, the rules, and the regulations. Go out, catch a couple of fish, watch a couple of videos, and fillet your own fish.
Yeah. Well, that's what last week's stream was with Dak, who's doing his own live stream tonight at the same time. Thanks, Dak.
Yeah. There are certain things, people think it sounds fancy. People think it sounds kind of crazy, but there are certain steps you need to take. First off, you need to know how to do those things. How many people grow their own gardens and their own vegetables?
Well, see, this is the way I see it. Your food storage is there while you build up the time. When shit really goes down,
yeah,
you're going to need time to build up a garden that's viable,
mm-hmm.
to obtain chickens from, now you can get chicks from Tractor Supply and whatnot.
You've been able to for 20 years.
But yeah, they're going to take some time to become egg laying, right?
Right.
So you use your storage food to get past the waiting in lines, the food rationing, the waiting for your garden to become viable, waiting for, the in-betweens of catching fish, over winters, what you do in winters. Well, hunting is scarce. Fishing is scarce. You got to go out and, drill into the ice and all that stuff.
Been there, done that.
So, I'm sorry. I got a little bit of a head cold. So if I sound stuffy, that's why.
Yeah.
A little bit of a headache too, but we'll get through this. I think this is important. This is, I think, important. I wanted to do it this week because this is one of 2 weeks in the U.S. and Canada. Well, Canada has a different, I forget what they call it up there. I think they call it Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving and Easter are the 2 big weeks where they have a lot of sales on Thanksgiving. It's turkeys, obviously, and all the stuff that goes with it, right?
Yep.
All the canned vegetables, all the, just everything you can think of as far as the sides. And Easter's your other one where you have a lot of hams on sale, and all the sides, the canned vegetables, all that good stuff. Like today I went to the supermarket. Now I went to Aldi's, and Aldi's is usually like a good buy, but they were kind of, it's not looking so good. Number one, definitely less stuff there. My trip as opposed to Thanksgiving. I filled an entire basket. I went on off out. Here's a tip. If you're going to do like a big shop, like get a shopping cart full of cans, food, people are going to be like, well, what's that guy doing? Where's he going? Like, you think like people aren't noticing or watching?
Oh, they are.
People notice and watch. If you're shopping local and people know you and shit goes down, they're going to remember that, hey, I remember seeing Dave leave Aldi's with an entire grocery shopping cart full of food. Let's go visit Dave. He's got food. I remember seeing this, right?
Yeah.
These are like, you go off hours. Don't go anywhere where people know you and be like, oh, what are you buying all this food for? Huh? Yeah. Oh, you know what I mean? You kind of run that gray man philosophy. Just do things on the not being seen or heard,
Well,
is my opinion.
yeah. The way that I've been, I mean, I probably have a 2.5, maybe a 3 year supply of food in the house.
That's I have about 2 years right now.
Um, I still have tomatoes in my freezer from last summer.
Yeah, I canned. I
Yeah.
learned how to can.
I
these
ran out
last
of jar.
few
Yeah, I
years.
ran out of jars.
Well, see, that's the other thing is now this stuff's getting harder and harder and harder to
Yeah.
find. The canning stuff.
Yep.
I have the vacuum sealer. You
Yep.
can get all that stuff at like Walmart. Has vacuum sealers. They have a section, vacuum sealers, jarring. They
Mhm.
have these things that go on top of the jars that you could vacuum seal the jars.
Yep.
So like I'll take the pastas that come in the boxes and I'll put them into jars, throw in
Mhm.
an oxygen packet,
Yep.
suck the air out. That thing will last for 25 years right there.
Or more.
Yeah. And
And
the cost of that is less than those, meal, whatever, ready to eat meals.
oh yeah, buying those buckets of freeze dried stuff and MREs and stuff like that is the worst thing you can do for yourself. Um, and there are a lot of people that promote that stuff because a lot of those companies, there's a lot of profit in that. They can pay these people to do spots. They can pay these people to plug these things because they make a buttload of money off of it.
Absolutely.
And the thing is what they're doing is they're selling you a false sense of security because I've had those freeze dried meals. I've had MREs. I've had all that stuff. But I'll tell you, if I want to make homemade cabbage rolls, I want to make homemade spaghetti. If I want to make any kind of a meal to create a bunch of portions, even a pot of chili. I mean, there are things that I can make with very minimal things on hand. And the simple thing is when you go to the grocery store, what was it? A couple of years ago, I was walking through a big box hardware store, and they had it was at 10 cans of green chilies for $1.
That's pretty darn good. That's really good. 10 chilies for $1.
10 cans
10
of
cans of
10
chili for
cans
$1.
of green chilies for
That's,
$1.
that's pretty darn good.
I bought $10 worth. But I mean, when you're at a store and you see those deals, you walk through and they have like cream of mushroom soup, tomato soup, cream of chicken soup. Those are staples that you can actually take and build on. You get some brown rice, some wild rice, just some simple stuff, some carrots, some broccoli, some peas. You put some milk, powdered milk if that's all you got, or even just water to break down that cream of chicken soup. Then all you gotta do is make a pie crust. You can have vegetables. You have a little bit of protein in there. You can put some beans in there if you want. You could realistically dress up something and extend it to multiple meals.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to necessarily get into like, the recipes
Yeah.
today. I just want to get into the what to haves
Yeah.
and how much to haves, because I think that is always the question of where to begin and what do I get.
Well, the easiest way is if you're at a store. Let's say you go grocery shopping. Let's say you usually use, let's say stewed tomatoes. Let's say you use 1 can a week. If you see that item, whatever it may be, one canned item, and you use one a week every week, and there's a deal where you can get 4 of them or 3 of them. If you can, an item that you regularly use, and if you see it come on sale, buy 1 or 2 more. Buy the deal. Bush's baked beans. If you find a case of 8 cans for $15-$20, whatever it is, and you like beans, you use them regularly, get the whole case. Don't just buy 2 cans.
Right.
And those are the simple, and you see those simple things come up, grab it, big box store, Walmart, wherever you see it on an end cap, grab it. No one's going to think twice. It's individual portions, smaller portions. You don't need the big 1 gallon cans of stuff. But yeah, looking at, wheat, berries, oats, rice, corn, rye, barley, other dry grains, big keys. Thanks for putting that up. 60 pounds of beans, variety, big key to have. 20 pounds of meats, pork, beef, and chicken. Yeah, I mean, you could easily, oils, big thing to have. Sugar, honey, yes, big things. I don't see a single thing on that list that I wouldn't strongly suggest everybody having. You should have all of that stuff on hand in your home at any point in time. But the one thing most people forget to put on those lists, spices and seasonings.
Well, we'll get to that. I gotta. This was kind of like an overview. Now this is Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
Now, believe it or not, I don't know if you know this. They're huge preppers. They
Yeah,
actually have food supply houses throughout the country that you can go and buy number 10 cans of all this stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I lived out in Salt Lake for almost a decade.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I was literally, I don't know if anybody knows where the LDS Temple Square is in the middle of downtown Salt Lake. I could literally sit on my balcony and look at the entire Temple Square. I was a block and a half away from it.
Well, the whole town was built around the Mormons and whatnot.
And they are huge preppers.
Yes. Well, I think I don't know their religion completely, but I think they had something about, it was something about when he returns or something. I don't know. But
Jim McIntosh brings up a good point about beehives. If you have the land and if you have the patience to learn how to do that, yes, beehives, you can trade honey. Big thing. Jim McIntosh, you are right. That is beehives. If you can do it, do it.
Yeah. All right. So I'll start a whole thing here. So as far as these are my suggestions, as far as obtaining food, I already talked about the shopping off hours. Don't shop local for the big runs because people watch you. Get membership cards, savings cards.
Yeah. Rewards cards,
any of that stuff. If you can get $1 back on something, and I know like the younger guys may be like, oh, that's stupid, that's chicks do that. No, if you can save money, why not save money, right? Most places you can just use your phone number. You don't have to carry the tag or the card with you.
Yeah.
The big box stores, like Costco, BJ, Sam's Club, those are all great places to go and stock up. But even so, I've noticed there's this, I go to my local big box store, the big box store, and they had the canned chicken. And forever, since I've been going there since like 2010, the canned chicken, you get 6 of them for, I think it was $9.99. I went there last week, $14.99.
Yeah, it's going to get worse.
Like literally, that had not changed pricing and for 12 years, and now it's gone up $5 more. So this is, you gotta treat food almost like any other, like almost like gold and silver, right? I mean, these are things that are going to be usable,
tradable.
Let's see, what else did I write here? Okay.
People have fought over it for thousands of years.
Yeah. I put down have 3 pantries. And why you want to have 3 pantries. So you're going to want a daily pantry, one you just use every day. You're going to want a secondary one. I have one in my basement. So it keeps it, the biggest thing about food storage is dark, cool, and dry. So my basement hits all those numbers. And then I have one that's I call the hidden pantry. You know, if things really go south, now you don't need to create one now with stuff that's, you know, nothing's really going crazy. But if
Yeah.
stuff goes crazy, you definitely want to create a hidden pantry and put a chunk of your food in there, because what could happen is, you know, the greater good, quote unquote, comes to your door. The greater good being the town, the local officials or whatnot. What do you have for food? You
Yeah.
need to contribute to the greater good of the community. Uh, you know,
Yeah.
so, you know, like one of the reasons I keep up to 2 years of food, you're going to have like spoilages. You're going
Yeah.
to have, you know, what happens when your family member shows up to your house, right? Are
Right.
you going to shut the door? And like, I know my brother is going to come to my house. He's going to
Yeah.
come. Because I'm the ant and he's the grasshopper, right? And I
Right.
tell him constantly, he just does not listen. He lives his life seat of the pants,
Hmm.
and I tell him he's got to do so. Oh yeah, okay. I know he's going to come to my house. I just
Yeah.
know it. And what am I
Right.
going to do? Am I going to shut the door on his face? To a degree, I probably will, right? I'm
Yeah.
going to have to make that tough choice and say, you know what? You're going to have to take care of yourself. But here is a 25-pound bag of rice or a 50-pound bag of rice. Like, I have food set aside specifically for him because I know
Yeah.
he's going to come here
Yeah.
if he can make it here. Because if gas, I mean, he's far enough away. It'd be one hell of a walk. But you know, what happens when your neighbors start knocking on your door, right? What about, you know, if you get raided? You know,
Oh yeah.
just all these different things that could happen. You're going to want to keep food hidden away. Either I have a couple of spots picked out. I mean, there are guys I know who bury their extras in like I think Pop uses totes and he buries stuff. I don't know if he buries food. I think he might.
Yeah.
I know he buries
He's talked
quote
about it.
unquote stuff.
Yeah.
So those are things you're going to want to consider, to
Yeah.
not just put everything in one pantry in one spot and then all of a sudden the town, you know, the greater good comes and, you know, with the police with them and they want, you know, a chunk of your food and there goes half your food. I also suggest that if it gets to the point of food rationing, bread lines, and all this kind of stuff, to actually show up to those things every once in a while. And why do you want to do that? Well, if you live in a place where people know you and whatnot, and
Hmm.
they're going to be like, well, why doesn't Bill never show up to these
Sell the illusion you're in the same
food
boat as everyone
lines?
else.
Why is he never here? What does he know that? What has he got going on?
Right.
Right, that he doesn't have to come with the rest of us. Like, people talk. People just
Oh
don't
yeah.
sit there and not talk to one another. That's what I'm saying about the whole, you know, the thing about going shopping and not letting anybody see you, you know, pulling out big shopping carts full of stuff. Those are just my suggestions. Now we'll
And
get
and you're right on the money. One thing I see Calpy has in here for dairy. Do you mean powdered milk, fresh milk, and or cheese that would freeze?
Oh yeah, I wrote stuff down to get more in detail.
Yeah. Yeah, you can freeze cheese and milk for about a year. And just one thing, some people stockpile stuff and then they never rotate their inventory.
Yeah,
Um, Always keep a flowing, rolling inventory, no matter
absolutely.
what you get.
Although, you know, the sell by dates, you know, there's a sell by date where the store
Yeah,
has to sell the stuff, and there is a use by date.
correct.
And I've seen guys do these tests where they'll go there. The use by
Hmm.
will be several years past the sell
Right.
by. That they'll open the stuff up and it'll still be fine and viable, as
Oh,
long
yeah,
as the can isn't damaged.
correct.
If it's in a can, um, you know, if you're keeping your rice, you definitely want to. What I do with my rice is I put it in these bags for. I take the air out of them,
Hmm.
and then I'll put them in the freezer for
Yep.
a couple days to make sure there's no bugs. That if there
Right.
is, I kill them off, and then I store it.
Yeah.
I do that with the beans too, and with
Well,
the grains,
yeah.
with the oats
Well,
and grains.
the cool thing about, I think the vacuum sealer I bought was like $150 at Walmart. I think that's what it was selling for a couple of years ago when I saw it. I can't
There's
remember.
lower priced ones too.
Yeah, there are lower priced ones. But you can buy rolls and rolls and rolls of bags, and I'll get, pound of rice, pound of beans, stuff like that. Vacuum seal it, and then throw it in those stainless steel with the clear acrylic tops that have a gasket on them. Then drop them in there, and that's can keep everything away from it. Because not only is it vacuum sealed, but it's also in an airtight sealed container as well, in case your seal does break. Or if you need to rip it open, you have a secondary container that you can, airtight container you can keep it in.
Yeah. All right, so let's go through. I had written down stuff, and I will write it down on screen because I didn't want to put together a whole freaking PDF. What do you call them?
Yeah.
PowerPoint. I wasn't in the mood for doing a PowerPoint.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I do that enough for work, that kind of nonsense. All right, so my first thing that I have is wheat and what did I write? Legumes, rolled oats, like
Yep.
flour,
Oh, yeah.
different kinds of. There's different kinds of flour too.
Yeah.
So
Depending on what you use. I mean, if you're somebody who's like, that has like a gluten allergy, get rice flour, get oat flour.
I have several different kinds. I have like
Yeah.
rye flour, and I'd have to go look see what I got. But yeah, I got different kinds. I was doing the bread making thing for a little bit there but they just bought a bread maker. I think Chris Mitchell, who's on the other stream with Dak right now, he does he makes breads. We were talking about he's like he makes his molds and whatnot of his breads that he uses for making medicines. Okay, the next thing I have, canned fruit and veg. And veg. Yeah. Like I also put down like sauerkraut too, because sauerkraut is that stuff will last a long time.
Yeah, it's really
olives, pickles.
Yep.
I mean, anything variety. I mean, mixed fruit. Like right now is the best time to buy. Literally right now. I went to my local stores this weekend just to kind of get a gauge on pricing, and there were sales at 3 of the stores I went to. They were supermarkets. They weren't like Walmarts or anything like that, because usually Walmart doesn't have any sales. It's whatever their price is, whatever that day.
Right.
But the supermarkets usually they'll have like buy 4 for $2, so that's 50 cents a pop, right?
Yeah.
And it's like the store brand. So that's the ones that I was seeing this weekend. Some supermarkets have these can sales. Well, they'll do the soups. Man, I go to town when they have those soup sales.
Oh, yeah.
They'll have like the I'll put that down too. Canned soups. The Progresso soups, they're normally like $2, 2 and change. They'll have them for like $1 a pop.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But they only do that usually once a year.
Well, like I said, I was fortunate enough to learn from, my grandmother, who was born in the 20s, and my grandparents were born in the late teens, early 20s. I learned how to make homemade soups. The only thing I really buy canned soups for is like the cream of chicken, cream of mushroom, things like that for making an easy sauce to extend, just to flare out a meal. Those are great to have, but also with the canned fruits and vegetables, there is a Southwest or / Hispanic version where they do canned. It's got jalapenos, carrots, cauliflower, some put broccoli in it, different vegetables like that. You'd be surprised how many different nutrients are in the nutritional value in those canned vegetables like that you can do at home yourself.
Well, I'll have to agree and disagree with you at the same time. All right, so making your own soups is great. I do that in the winter. Usually I'll make a
Mhm.
vegetable soup. The problem with making my own soups is I have to make a huge amount of it,
Mhm.
or enough that it's going to take me a week to eat it, right? Just
Yep.
because, if you don't use all the ingredients, they're going to go bad and all that,
Right.
right? So for the cans, one can that'll get, if things are bad, one can of soup, that would be a day worth of meal, right? That's
Mhm.
the way I look at it. And it gives you different varieties.
Right.
One day you have one soup, next day you have another soup. And when I do the vegetable soup, by the end of the week, I'm like, I am so done with this soup. I don't want to eat this anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, that's where getting good at learning how to can fruits, vegetables, soups, things like that. Because if a pint jar of soup, you crack that open, all you got to do is heat it and eat it. You can, and you can easily make your big pot of soup, can it, put it on a
yes, you
shelf,
can can it. Yes, you could do that too, of course.
and you just have to pop a jar, heat it and eat it.
Yep.
And that's what, I guess I'm a little more old school that way.
No, and look, there's many ways to skin cats. Although I don't know people who skin cats. You got to wonder where that saying came from, right? Was
Right.
there
Right.
one point in time where people did skin cats? Makes you wonder, right?
Does make you wonder.
Yes. Okay, so sauerkraut, olives, pickles, canned soup, dried beans. Where am I?
Mhm.
Where's my thing? Dried beans, all different kinds of dried beans. And they basically, as long as they don't get any bugs in them, they'll last a whole lot of long time. Pinto beans and garbanzo. I picked up a bunch of beans today that were on sale, 50 cents
Yeah.
a can.
Black beans.
Big cans.
Yeah. Kidney beans, black
Kidney
beans.
beans, lentil beans. You
Yep.
do a lot with lentil beans. Yeah, beans, very, and protein, of course.
Yeah.
Let's see.
One good thing that not many people, I heard this from an old lady that I knew, she's long past. When it comes to storing like flours and grains, what they would do is they'd put a piece of like spearmint or peppermint gum in with your flour or things like that, and that'll help keep the bugs and insects and things away from it. And it works.
I'm reading some of the comments.
Yeah.
I'm putting them up. Jim doesn't want to be skinned. Don't worry, Jim. Jim will only skin you if we've ran out of food. Then things get a little desperate.
Yeah.
Things happen.
Right.
That's what happens. The tough survive, and the not tough get skinned.
You just have to be faster than the slowest guy.
That's right. All right. So we have, of course, white rice.
Yep.
So cheap, lasts forever.
Mm-hmm.
But do not get brown rice. You know why?
No.
Because it has oils in it and it'll go rancid.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, I'm not really a rice eater. What I get is farro.
Okay.
Ferro. It was one of the first domesticated grains by the Mesopotamians.
Familiar with it, to be honest.
Yeah, you can use it. There's far more nutritional value in a cup of farro than there is in a cup of rice. A quarter cup of farro has more nutrition in it than a cup of rice.
Brown rice has it has like there'd be like it's like an oil. I don't want to say oil. Maybe that's the wrong term, but there's something in it that'll make it go bad. I've seen it go bad. It doesn't last like white rice will last 25, 30 years. Brown rice won't last that long. Not even close to lasting that long.
Yeah, the wild rice, technically not a rice, but a lot of nutrition in it, and farro.
I never heard of farro. I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
All right. Next thing. What do I got? Coconut oil.
Yep.
I actually use coconut oil for all my cooking because it's got good, healthy fats. It lasts for years. I also make butter flavor coconut oil. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Kind of hard to find though now. Ever since the that's one of the things that happened with the pandemic. For some reason, I can't find, at least locally, I can't find the butter flavored coconut oil.
Yeah, that's disappeared.
Yeah, I don't know why. There's some things like that just can't get anymore. And it also has medicinal properties, the coconut oil.
Yeah.
The next thing is spices and herbs.
Yes.
We could probably have a whole show about spices and herbs. I mean, everything from freaking soy sauce for your rice, because soy sauce lasts forever.
Yeah.
To I grow mint. Different kinds of mint, because that has good for like your stomach and digestion, and it's really easy to grow. Shit just grows everywhere.
It'll grow itself.
Yeah, it's really easy to grow. It's cheap. You get all the spices. Just go. Yeah, like you can get racks of spices. And it's good to spice up your food, right?
Well, yeah, just look in your kitchen cabinet. What are the spices you use regularly? And it's cheaper to buy it in bulk.
Absolutely. Okay. I could spend so much time on spices and herbs. I'm not even really going to go into it that hard. So
that could be a stream in itself.
Yeah, exactly. Salt.
Yes.
Now, I learned in canning there's two kinds of salts. There's a regular salt that you put on your food, iodized salt. And then there's
there's regular salt, there's iodized salt, then there's kosher salt.
Kosher salt, that's the one.
Then there's a canning and pickling salt, which is different as well.
Yes. Yeah. Well, the kosher salt I learned you can use for canning.
It doesn't. The granules aren't as small.
Right, they're big. Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't work as well, and it takes a little more effort to break them down in your canning brine.
What was that? The last one you said? The canning salt.
Canning salt, pickling salt, kosher salt, iodized salt, sea salt.
Yeah. Different varieties.
Yeah. One of each. Can't go wrong with those.
Sugars. Oh man, sugar and different kinds of sugars.
Yeah.
Because they're good for like canning fruit and like maple syrup.
Yep.
Artificial sweeteners.
Yeah, pectin also for making jams and jellies.
Yes.
Can't tell I've done this before. Molasses, yeah.
Yeah, molasses. Let's say baking soda.
Yeah.
Baking soda has like cleaning properties.
Yeah, great for cleaning. Another thing, get the big jugs of vinegar. You can do so much.
I have that next on my list. Properties. You can use it to like brush your teeth. Okay, vinegar. White vinegar. Let's be specific.
Yeah, big little baking powder.
Yeah, baking powder. Yeah, because the white vinegar you can use for cleaning and pickling, and there's probably other ones that I can't think of right this minute. What do you say? Baking powder? Baking powder?
Yeah, Big Lou mentioned baking powder.
Yeah, sorry, I'm typing them. I haven't been looking at the chat.
Yeah, that's why there's two of us here.
Yeah. Oh, if you want, you can work the chat. By the way, you can put up the stuff. Do you know how to do that? Need a lesson on that? You just click on the thing. It says show, and it'll pop it up.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it right now. I see.
Can you see how you do that?
Yeah.
Just hover over the name and then hit plus.
I can pop it up.
Go ahead.
Let's see. We find one. Big.
There you go.
Hey,
there you go.
I'm learning.
You're not so tech-tarded after all.
I don't know about that. The jury's still out.
All right. Did I say dried fruits? Did I put that there? No, dried fruits.
Yeah.
You can get. I know Walmart has a dehydrator for relatively cheap. So you could buy like fruits at your local supermarket for in season and then dry them out.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, there are a lot of those, what do they call them? Air fryers. You can find an air fryer that has a dehydrator process to it as well.
Oh, okay.
So that could be a multi-purpose tool for you. You can bake in it. You can cook in it. You can dehydrate things. You can make jerky. You can dry fruits in it. All multi-purpose. Nice thing about that is with a backup battery system, you can run it off of a larger 12-volt system with an inverter, which you can bake, you can fry, you can dehydrate, you can process a lot of different things, quote unquote, off the grid.
Somebody's saying Costco was out of dried mangoes last week. You're going to see, this is the thing. You're going to see things. I've been seeing this since the pandemic. What they were doing and they're still kind of doing it, is, it used to be you go to the store and you see product A, and then next to product B, next to product C, next to product D. Now you see product A next to product A, next to product A, next to product A, next to then finally product B. They're taking the same product and so you don't have these huge holes, but you can't find a lot of different things.
Oh yeah, Jim McIntosh gourds are awesome. Pumpkins, another awesome thing to have. You'd be surprised what you can do with, squash, pumpkin, things like that. They grow, and the thing is, you got to look at what grows at different times of year and what you can harvest. You can always harvest something at some point in time.
Now here's a favorite category: hard liqueur.
Actually, when I got your email this morning or last night when I saw it, there are so many companies out there that you can cheaply get started making your own alcohol.
Well, Thumper, sweaty fat guy.
Yeah.
He basically he makes ethanol, which, he can make his own alcohol if he wanted to.
Well, even making beer's easy. I make my own beer.
Well, we were gonna Chris Mitchell, he said he was gonna try it. He was gonna try making his own beer, because I said, dude, you know how to do all this stuff, well, why don't you do your own beer? So he was gonna try it, and then we were gonna have a stream about it.
Yeah. If you have my I'll actually get you, I'm gonna try and set up a different email for doing all this stuff, other than the one I gave you, but I'll reach out to you with that. And I've been brewing for almost 10 years. I have 50 cases of bottles in my basement with 11 or 12 different 5-gallon fermenters.
Rich is asking, how do you make your own beer?
There's a lot of companies that you can buy. You can start really, really simple with extract kits, which would allow you to basically, you can buy a kit. I think it's like $150, $200, and then you just, with beer bottles, as long as they're the pop top bottles, you can wash them, sanitize them, and reuse the bottles. There's so many different companies out there. Get started in the extract kits. They're easy to do. They're easy to make. It just takes time. If you can make a frozen pizza, you can make beer.
All right. Oh, Big Lou, he bought 80 pounds of protein powder. Damn. That's a lot of protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the powders, anything powdered that you can keep, you can keep powdered stuff for a long time as long as it doesn't get wet or damp.
Yeah.
I had one of the things on my list was powdered peanut butter. Peanut butter is just, you can live on if you're like really deep in the shit, you just throw a couple of jars of peanut butter in your backpack to bug out with,
Yeah.
and that'll keep you going for a good while.
Yeah, it will. There's actually, I can't remember the name. I think that I'd have to look it up. There's a company that makes survival foods for like life rafts and stuff. They're pre-sealed. It's like 3,600 calories in like a 6x6 by 1 inch block.
Mm.
They have them. Actually, it tastes like a lemon pound cake.
It sounds really interesting.
Dude, it sounds it. I've tried them years ago, and they're good. The only thing is like one little cube is I think 400 or 800 calories.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, and it's like an inch and a half by an inch and a half by an inch thick.
Well, like, yeah, I mean, the bouillon, like bouillon cubes for soups and all that. You definitely want to keep bouillon cubes just if you're down to the, the back end of your food stuff, you throw a bouillon cube in the water just for flavor, and you get a little, maybe a little vitamin out of it too.
Yeah. Well, the simple thing, not many people think about it. How often do you grill a steak at home for yourself?
Me, not as often as I'd like, just because.
One a month?
Well, over the summer I would do it more, but
okay.
During the year I'm more of a chicken guy. Right. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love steak. Right. And I love hamburgers. I'll do hamburgers more than steak. Steak is maybe I'll have 5-6 times a year.
Okay. You grilling out, you do steaks and stuff like that. Get like a T-bone or porterhouse, whatever. You get a steak with a bone in it, save it. Throw it in a Ziploc bag, throw it in your freezer. Then when fall hits, grab your biggest pot that you have, put cold water in it, throw all of your leftover steak bones in the pot, cook it down, bone broth.
Oh, yeah. Bone broth, sure. Just reading some of these comments. Yeah. Well, I think we'll have to have Big Lou come in for a little bit. Once I get through this, I'll put up the link if you want to call in. Or you don't call in, you sign in and whatnot. All right. Yeah. So I put down instant coffee. I kind of skipped right past that. Instant coffee is just cheap. If you want your coffee in the morning and ain't, shit's gone left and you can't get coffee, instant coffee's like a big thing of it's like, I don't know, a couple bucks. Yeah. It's $6, I think, for like a nice big Mr. Coffee or whatever the Folgers. That's it. I couldn't come up with the name.
Yeah.
I have a couple of them.
Yeah.
Different ones in my
in your stash. Yeah.
Stash. Big one for me. This is a big one for me. Is pasta.
Yep.
And any kind of canned tomato sauces. Anything tomatoes. I keep a lot of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Just because they're easy for me to grow. So I always have an abundance of tomatoes, and they're great with the pasta. And the pasta is cheap. Yeah, and you could buy a lot of pasta for not a lot of money, and stow that away for a long time. So I got not huge, but a good section of my storage is pastas, all different kinds of pastas.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I'm getting down to the end here. What I wrote down. Unpopped popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of that.
Butter.
Well, you gotta get like ghee. Regular butter. It doesn't goes a little sideways after a while.
You can put a couple of pounds of butter in the freezer.
I tried that, and it kind of had a funky taste. Tried both refrigerator and freezer long term, and it kind of got a little funky. At least on me, at least it kind of got.
Yeah.
So the ghee that's indefinite. So I got a bunch of ghee.
Yeah, I buy the double grade A butter from a dairy.
Oh, see, I just got the store brand. I think it was
Yeah.
Land O'Lakes or some shit.
Yeah, I have 12 pounds of it in my freezer now.
Damn. You must have a good sized freezer.
I have 3 of them.
Well, there was a time there I noticed. I don't know if it was just my area or whatnot. They must have got in a boat of freezers from China or something. I don't know what had happened, but it was like Walmart had like 2 aisles full of freezers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, damn. So I got one because the pricing was really good at the time.
Yeah.
I think it was like, it was a mini one, like 4 foot, whatever size.
Yeah.
It's a decent size. It's not the big ones.
Well, the biggest thing about doing any kind of long-term food storage is find out what you need for a week. Make sure you have enough stuff to stretch it to 2, then to 3, then to a month. Look at how much you have for a month and then say, okay, if I double what I have, then I have 2 months. And that's the easiest way to actually get started into this. Look at what you use in a week, multiply that times 4, and start stretching it out. And then you'll get to the point where you have a year on hand, 2 years on hand. Canadian Prepper has a YouTube channel, and he did a lot of stuff on how to start building food storage.
Sometimes his videos go a little long for me.
Yeah. But if you're really curious on how, like you're starting from square one, it's a great resource to tap into.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, that guy, he knows quite a bit. There's a couple of the YouTube, there's a couple of prepper guys who I think they're all buddies with one another.
Yeah.
They're really, but sometimes if you watch too much of that stuff, you start getting in your head,
Everything in moderation.
Yeah. All right. So Big Lou says that if you put it in the freezer for long enough time, you got to clarify it. Okay. So that must be what the problem was. All right.
Or you gotta buy the really, really high end butter.
Yeah. All right. I want to get Big Lou in here. So I'm putting in, this is StreamYard's link. So if you click that link, if you got to sign in. If you don't have an account, you got to create one. They just want your email, I guess. And yeah, if any of you guys want to join in to the conversation, and then when we get done with this, we're gonna go fucking raid Dax. Freaking, if I can, I'm gonna try. Oh yeah, cocoa powder, definitely.
Yeah.
I put cocoa powder.
Yeah, you got that
there.
down.
Yeah. And that's all I had put down. Did I miss? What do you think? Did I miss anything?
It's definitely a great start. Looking at things that
I didn't put any meats or whatnot. I mean, I think that's pretty. I mean, I covered that from the get go.
Well,
meats. There's porks, beef, chicken,
lamb, elk.
I don't
caribou.
like lamb. I'm not a lamb. I don't like lamb.
Yeah,
but I'll eat pretty much all other.
Yeah.
All varieties.
Right. Have a variety of things.
Yeah.
The biggest thing that not a lot of people think about is when you prepare food, it smells.
Well, sure.
So being able to prepare food without it leaving an odor can help prevent drawing unwanted attention.
Oh, all right. So please go into it. What would your suggestion be? See, I don't live close enough to, unless I'm outside and it carries.
Yeah.
But I don't live close enough to anybody where if I'm cooking in my kitchen, somebody's going to smell it.
Well, I'm in the suburbs too. So, but when I fire up my smoker and I'm doing ribs or a brisket or doing something like that, like people know for miles what I'm doing. And if things do head south and you're making something in the house and you got windows open, people can smell it.
Yeah, sure.
So just be mindful of little things like that.
Absolutely.
The best way to put it, if the power goes out and you're the only house that has lights on, that draws attention.
Well, believe it or not, so I have, you know, they have those string lights for like decks and whatnot that run off solar. So I have a bunch of those that I've already tested it, that I've run through the house just to see, and you know, they throw off a pretty good amount of light and they don't use any power. So I got that for lighting, and then I have my RV, which is kind of my mobile bug out vehicle.
Yeah.
And that thing's fully self-contained. So, because I was thinking, well, what if I need to take a shower, or, and there's no power or whatnot? Well, I'll just go out to the RV. It's fully self-contained. I got the shower is going to have hot water and all that stuff. So for me, I have a backup where I don't need to run a generator. I mean, a generator is good to have, don't get me wrong. But for long term, I have the RV, which is, like I said, it's to run the like the showers and the and all that. It's and the cooking. It's all either it's gas powered, solar powered. It has its own onboard holding tanks.
Yeah,
it's like I said, it's all self-contained, and I made it so that if I have to bug out, I could draw water out of streams and whatnot to fill tanks. It's a pretty damn good vehicle. I bought it. It was a piece of crap when I bought it. I put a lot of work into it, and yeah, because I didn't know. Like, I mean, there was a time I put a video together for this thing. I mean, because it wasn't all that.
Yeah,
it wasn't all that long ago. Hold on, yeah, this screen. Oh,
yeah, we got.
Oh, Big Lou's here. Hold on, I
Lou's
just
here,
want to show this one real quick, and then we'll get you on, Big Lou. 1 second. Video file. Because it wasn't all that long ago that we had this going on.
Yeah.
Remember this?
Yup.
This wasn't that long ago, guys. This was just during the pandemic. These were all the people who weren't prepared. Look at all this.
Yeah.
Now imagine, I mean, I don't know if people kind of realize like how close we were to total anarchy. I mean, it was already heading that way with the BLM. I mean, the BLM riots, there was more to it than just
without
the
a doubt.
BLM stuff. There was anarchy going on there. I mean, we
definitely.
were really, I think, close to collapse. I mean, if they didn't have food here to give to these people, I mean, look at this. This was amazing to me when I saw this. I was shocked when I saw these videos. I was like, look at all those people who need food.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Yep. Not all that long ago. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get Big Lou in here. Big Lou.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's going on? How are you?
I'm doing excellent, man. Excellent. Just prepping my way to fucking fight this shit, man. You know.
Yeah. Oh, could you do me a favor? Could you just turn down the? You must have the video on.
The audio.
The audio from
Getting a
YouTube.
little feedback.
Oh, wait a minute. What did I do?
You just gotta turn down the.
Shut off the camera.
Should I just get off the YouTube?
Yeah, just turn off the audio from YouTube. There's a little slide on the bottom of because we're getting the feedback, like an echo.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
It's all good.
Let me see how I do that. I'm not really fucking savvy with this.
Join the club.
I don't know how to do that. All right. How's that? Is that better?
Yeah.
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 All right.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
All right.
Good.
All right. Let me see. Where am I in here? Okay. So this is what I got going on, guys. I don't have an RV, but I got tents. I got Arctic sleeping bags. I bought a still to distill water. I got coolers. I got huge coolers. I got 8 tanks of propane.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got.
I got
don't quite have 8
arrows.
tanks
I
of
got my
propane,
guns.
Well, it's you don't want to talk about that. those fell off back of your boat, right?
Yeah,
Oh, we're still getting an echo.
yeah.
Oh,
Hold on. Sorry, guys.
that's all right.
That's all right.
Should I just close? Can I close out the YouTube?
Yeah, you could. Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll fix it, or should fix it.
Hopefully.
Oh, all right. So
Congrats.
let's see.
I can still hear a little faint.
Echo.
Little faint
Hmm.
echo.
Still got a little bit going on.
Yeah.
Man.
Maybe it's from. Oh, maybe it's probably from your speakers. You don't have headphones on.
Oh, I need headphone? No problem. All right. Well, there you go. All right.
That's
Gotta
the problem.
eliminate that.
Man, I could cook, I could hunt, I could fish, but I don't know what the fuck to do with electronics.
That's okay.
Join the club.
All right. So somebody, I can't say this name. Calliope.
Calliope, yeah, she came over. She's a fan of pop.
Oh, okay, cool.
yeah.
So she's asking, what is that video? So that was videos from when there was food shortages, when people were out of work. About, there was right before Thanksgiving 2020, it was really bad, and then I want to say it was May 2020 when people they ran out of food. They were out of work.
Yeah.
They got laid off or whatever, and then they had no food. So the food banks, they were trying to supplement these people's. They were giving them I forget how many pounds. They were giving them boxes of food, and but that only lasts so long. And then the food banks, they were really close on the verge to collapsing.
Yeah,
I did. Banks everywhere.
I did almost 12 years on the board of directors for a food pantry. So what they give out is maybe 3 to 5 days worth of food.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. And a lot of those organizations were really hurting hard for supplies to give out to people. But having who said it? I can't remember who said it, but somebody said it. 3 minutes without air, 3 hours exposed to the elements, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food.
Mm-hmm.
So if you think about that, Big Lou, you talked about having tents, you talked about having shelters, having a way to keep yourself warm when it's cold out, cool when it's warm out. That's a big key. Most people gloss over. Very important to have. I will say distilling water, not the best thing to do, because what will happen is water will always try to leach minerals out of whatever it passes through. So it'll actually deplete you of vital nutrients your body needs to survive. So if distilled water is all you have, it's better than nothing. But there are hand pump, electric pump, 12-volt pump systems for pumping and filtering water that'll go down to 0.01 microns, which will eliminate any kind of a pathogen, heavy metals, things like that. And you can get them for under $100, and you can put it in your pocket.
They have those tabs too. They have tablets that you can put in the water as well.
Yeah, to purify it.
Yeah.
So I did an inventory today of my water. I have 140 gallons of water, but you got to figure that's 140 days, right? If you're using a gallon a piece a day. So, my suggestion would be, as soon as if anything happens, I have collapsible water storage too, collapsible. I have another 50 of those. So if anything happens, I'm within the first 6 hours. The first thing I'm doing is, number one, I'm going to the gas station, fill up. If I usually keep my stuff pretty full, but in case. Now I'm going to the store, I'm getting more food. And then now I'm coming home and I'm filling up all the water that I can, because until it's just something less to not worry about.
Right.
Eventually I'm going to have to deal with water filtration, right? At some point, if it gets that bad. But let me get some space before I have to deal with that, right?
Yeah.
Deal with everything else that's going on. If you get past, my opinion is, if you get past the first 6 to 8 months of poop hitting the fan,
SHTF, yeah.
yeah, then you're in it for you're going to make it through. It's that first 6 to 8 months that people are just going to go batshit crazy, man. My opinion.
Yeah, the thing is, not many people are prepared for situations like that.
They're not. I mean, look at that video I just showed. Would you agree on that, Lou?
I have a question. So
Yeah,
I was looking at some water filtration systems, and I was looking at the RO, the reverse osmosis, for actually my home. Could that be used as well as out in the field? I mean, do you have to have a steady supply of water pressure? I mean, like a Hudson tank. If you have a Hudson tank and you pressurize it, that's a bug sprayer for you guys that don't know.
Yeah.
If you pressurize it, you could also push that through the RO system, correct?
You can, but for most of those reverse osmosis systems, you need to be above 50 psi continuous in order to push and force water through it.
Gotcha.
And those systems aren't very portable.
Yeah.
There's a couple of companies I can think of off the top of my head. I don't have their websites or anything handy to share it out. But Billy, maybe we should think about creating like a gilded server or something, like a chat thing where we can share some things with some people. Because I know with Pop, we have a gilded server for all the wrenches in the chat. And we
I
share
haven't
a lot.
thought about that, but okay, another time. I just say,
yeah, that may be something in the future to do where we can talk and share links and stuff and information like that.
Yeah,
but this is all stuff I want to get set up on my website when I get it eventually done. But yeah, how is it? You can go to most of your outdoor supply places and find a little hand pump water filter. And
stock up on filters then.
Yeah. Or those ones that you could, they're like the pitchers that have the filter in them.
Yeah.
Those are good for, a bunch of, I wouldn't put pond water through it, but, I would put some.
I put swamp water through mine, and then when I get home, I back flush it.
Mm.
And I've had mine for 8 years, and my filters are fine.
Huh.
Backwashing is key then. Okay.
Yeah.
Flush everything out. Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
If you filter in, let's say you're going to need a quart of water, filter through 2 quarts, back flush your filter, make sure you keep it clean. Don't let anything live or stand in your filter. Big key most people forget about.
Calipy's asking how long is the water safe in those containers? So was it BPA free?
As long as they're BPA free
and they're out of the sun,
and it's in a sanitized container, you can keep water indefinitely.
Yeah, and you keep it out of the sun too. That's to me that's one of the reasons they say that the water container, like the bottles, if you leave a bottle out in the sun, it's not such a good. That's like you're going to get a leaching effect.
Well, if you put water in, let's say, a 5-gallon glass fermenter that's been sanitized and cleaned and sealed, glass is obsidian. It's technically basically a stone. It's not going to leach anything. You could put that glass 5-gallon fermenter in the sun, and that will help kill off anything. It'll raise the temperature above 100 and could get up to 150, 160 degrees, which would kill most pathogens.
Well, she's asking about the containers I have, my collapsible ones. I got those off Amazon, from what I remember. I got them years ago.
Yeah,
they're in a box, ready to go if I need them.
I also have a suggestion about a makeshift water filter. With the charcoal. I also have an outside a wood grill, so charcoal, wood, whatever. Get a 2-liter bottle, put in charcoal, sand, stone, where you get your minerals from, and then you could just put it in there and just let it come through. And that's another way if you're stuck or whatever your situation.
Very effective.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Definitely.
Or you can always boil water.
Right. True.
Yeah. I saw something recently where they did they took this nasty looking pond water and they boiled it and they killed off everything. that was in there. All the pathogens were done.
Mhm.
They're still in there. They're just dead.
It kills everything. Yeah, they're no longer a danger to you.
Yeah.
I have another thing. I bought a solar power generator, 3,500 watt solar power generator.
Nice.
Yep. I have a electric water heater from Amazon. You plug it in, it automatically heats the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a Hudson tank with the shower attachment to it, and then I have a shower stall that I also bought in case. So it's just I'm a hunter by trade. You know, I'm a hunter. So this is outdoors is in my blood. I'd rather not, you know, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, and you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, having, you know, it's one thing so many people skip over is like when it comes to solar stuff. I have a way of renewing and regenerating 3,500 kilowatt hours of electricity daily.
It's a pretty good amount.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty damn good amount.
And it's portable.
Is it something you bought or something you made?
Something I bought.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
And it wasn't cheap.
I imagine.
Yeah, most aren't. Yeah, most aren't. Most aren't any quality one.
But having that ability is being able to have light in the dark and stuff like that, and being able to control it when you want. I mean, if you look at it, society, people slept more 100 years ago because we didn't have the availability of electricity to keep people up at night.
Well, plus they were so damn dead tired from working in the farm and stuff all day, you know?
Right. But
I mean, people were way more physical back in the day.
Yeah. But, you know, having the ability, and especially with like water pumps, things like that, water filtration, all those things, having the ability to have electronic equipment, advances you so far, and moves you far past what most people are going to be able to do. Even something as simple, I have a sous vide for cooking food. It'll bring water up over 200 degrees. You put your food in a silicone or a BPA-free bag, season it, drop it in there. Restaurants use them. Professional chefs use them. I put roasts in there for 36 hours, and it comes out just delicate. You have to handle it carefully, or it will shred.
I also have a food storage machine. So I have a food sealer. I have a commercial food sealer. So yeah, absolutely. Sous vide is way to go. Yep, absolutely. Especially stuck out there.
Yeah. Now, if you have let's say you have a 100 watt hour little solar system with a sous vide, and you're out hunting in a blind, you already have a meal in a vacuum seal bag. You drop it in a 5-gallon bucket of water. That sous vide is going to heat that water, cook that meal for you out in your blind, wouldn't it?
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely.
And they're tiny. They're the size of your forearm.
I have a very small air conditioner that I would like to run too in the summertime, so that's why I went with the big solar power generator.
Yeah,
because I sweat like a whore in church.
Yeah. Well, so do I. Trust me. But yeah, there are things when it comes to being prepared. There are little things that you can do to kind of test yourself. Look at the small things that you use on a daily or a weekly basis. And if you really want to challenge yourself someday, do it for a fun challenge. Shut off your power. See if you can make it through the night with the power off.
Oh, I know I could. I'll be fine. I would be fine.
Yeah.
I sleep with a BiPAP machine, so that's a no-go for me. I definitely need a solar power generator because I wouldn't be sleeping at all. So
yeah. I've heard of people getting the solar power generator just for that specific reason.
Yeah.
I just worry about this. For me, I'd worry about the summer with it, the heat. I'm not good with the AC without AC. So
that's why I got a small one. They got the portable ones too that you could roll around. So
Well, you can actually if you have the ability to make ice. Let's say you have a small freezer. Little 100 watts, little tiny freezer, make ice. take a 5-gallon bucket or a plastic garbage can, take one of those Mylar dryer vent tubes you find at the hardware store for $5 or $10, coil it through that 5-gallon bucket, have a input on the top and an output on the bottom, coil around the outside, fill the inside with ice, get a small little 12-volt fan, blow cold air in through the top, let the air circulate through the ice. It'll blow the cold air out the bottom. You made your own AC.
Yeah, similar to like a swamp cooler too, right?
Yeah,
Something like
I was
that.
gonna
Yeah.
say swamp cooler.
Yeah.
But without the humidity.
Mm.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, swamp ass is no good.
Yeah.
for me, I just have to go to the basement. My basement stays pretty good year round as far as
same
the
here.
temp.
Well, I live in the desert, so I'm heading north. Shit goes south, I'm heading north.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, if shit heads south, that's a great way to go like northeast, northwest. So when it kicks back up north after going south, it's not going to hit you.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, a lot of people, they don't want to deal with the snow and whatnot come. So
if you look at the Native Americans in the spring and summer, they came to the north, and in the winter they went to the south. They were constantly moving. That's why nomadic tribes have survived as long as they have.
Well, for this winter, I got a kerosene heater. It was brand new. I got used on Craigslist. It was a really good price, and the guy gave me 5 gallons of kerosene to boot, and then I got some more kerosene. But then I got a big wood burning furnace, like a whole house furnace.
Yeah,
it's a pain in the ass to run, because you got to feed it, every once in a while. I was like, okay, I got to make sure the chimney's clean. I got the chimney clean in case I need to run it, because usually I'm on natural gas.
Yeah.
But so if things go sideways, I got the wood burner. I'm just going to switch over to that, because I don't know where we're heading as far as power, gas prices, natural gas pricing, propane. I don't know where any of that stuff is heading. I think it's really going to get quite pricey.
Yeah, I think so too.
So they have those. They're called solo. I don't want to promote anything, but they have these things called solo stoves. They're smokeless fire pits.
Yeah.
And I have a cooking rack that you set up. It's a 24-inch with the griddle and all that stuff. So I'm just planning on using wood once the propane goes out, and then go from there. That's solo stove. It has no smoke, and it's great to cook with. I use that, and I also found. So I do a lot. I go to like Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's and all that. They have an electric heater. There's also a cooktop on top. So again, with the solar generator, you just plug it in, and you can cook inside. It goes inside your tent, so you could cook with it and heat it up or whatever you got to do. So
yeah, and there are companies out there that make solar cookers.
they're expensive.
I've looked. I don't think they're too bad. I was actually looking at buying one this summer and trying it just to see what I can do with it.
But the portion sizes that you can cook in there are nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it depends on the size you get. I mean, I'm basically running solo, but the thing is, like with all of my gear, all of my preps, all the stuff that I have, I plan and prepare for 2 people, and then I also have enough stuff that I can pass on for trading. So I realistically have supplies for about 6 people.
Yeah, it's just me, so I'm locked and loaded over here. So trading, whatever, and make sure you have enough rounds for your weapon. I just ordered 2,000 rounds, so I'm good to go.
Nice.
Yeah. They ain't nobody taking nothing from me. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I learned how to, flint knap. I learned how to make my own arrows, fletchings.
Right on.
I learned a lot of the stuff 10, 20 years ago.
Right on.
So I've been kind of, a lot of people I know have been kind of, joking and making wisecracks about, me being one, crazy prepper, but, it's family and stuff like that. But now when all this is going on, they're coming to me and asking for it. I'm like, hey, how do I do this? So, yeah,
YouTube. Tell them YouTube. That's what I tell everybody. How do you do it? Go check out YouTube.
Right. That's exactly what I tell them.
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah.
I'm seeing Callipy says New York City wants to outlaw gas appliances.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah.
What the? Like, what do they expect people to use?
They've been talking about that for months.
But,
they want they want to switch everything over to electric.
Yeah, they don't want no fossil fuels.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a electricity plant that is needed to produce that electricity, and usually those are fired by something like coal.
Yeah, I know. We know that, but they don't know that.
Well, I love the one, the EV people. They think they plug in the car into the magic wall with the hamsters behind it. That's that's where they get their power. But meanwhile, people have bought into this fantasy that the EVs are going to save the world.
Yeah, which it won't.
Oh, electric, so they can shut off when they want.
Yeah,
exactly.
They want the control over your life.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's not just the appliance. They want to control every bit of your. They really want it to be like the China form. Of where you have a social credit score, where they can turn your car off, where they can tell you where to go and when you can go and if you can go.
Right.
I mean, like in China, if you don't meet a certain threshold of whatever score, you can't travel.
Right.
Like you literally cannot leave to go somewhere.
Right.
It's unbelievable. That's, I believe, what they want here.
It's basic house arrest.
Yeah.
As far as bartering or trading anything, food supplies, I really don't want to do that. Have you guys bought like any precious metals in small quantities or anything like that to be able to barter that out for major stuff or anything like that?
Yeah, I have some.
Yeah, me too.
But you have to remember what is the reason there's a demand or trust in a precious metal? If someone's going to offer you a small sliver of a silver bar to, let's say, go and shoot a deer on their property for them with a bow and arrow, knowing you're going to risk losing an arrow, if you said to them, hey, I'll come shoot the deer if I can take a hind quarter, or if they're willing to trade you food for labor, or if you need to have something done that you can't do, but you can trade food, which they're going to need, that's something the only reason gold, silver, precious metals are actually valuable in society is because our society deems it so. If people,
good point.
I mean, if you have chickens, you have eggs, you can trade eggs for just about anything. And the need for gold or silver or a precious metal or diamonds or rare gems or whatever, those are worthless.
Well, I think there's always going to be a desire for that kind of stuff just because it's easily tradable to a degree. But like you said, I mean, look, commodities, like real hard commodities. I mean, like, look what's happening to Russia's a perfect example right now, right? They can't use the US dollar for anything anymore.
Right.
So what do? They said, well, we don't want your dollars. Everything now is in rubles for our commodities, our gas, our aluminum, our neon gas, all these things that the rest of the world needs, right? Aluminum, like you're going to see canned goods go up because a lot of aluminum comes out of Russia.
Well, Russia's the number one producer of titanium in the world.
Yeah. Who's saying no? That's incorrect. Why? What's incorrect?
Yeah, we'll see what's incorrect.
I mean, I have silver. I also have. Here's one to think about. I haven't checked the price lately, but I bought a chunk of it. Goldbacks. You ever heard of goldbacks?
Mm-hmm.
Have you?
No, what's that?
So
No.
goldbacks is you gotta look it up. So they take gold and it's almost like gold leaf, very thin.
Oh, yeah. They use it in food. They use it in food.
Well, they take it and they put it through some kind of process where they encapsulate it in like a plastic, right? And they make like a bill, and they put a nice little graphic on it and whatnot, and it's literally worth its weight in gold. So one gold back is like, say, 1/1000th of a gram of gold, right? So each gold back, it's like, it'll say $1, but it's really in US dollars, it's like $3.75 or whatever. So that takes gold and makes it into something more, like, because how are you going to trade a gold bar, right? Or even an ounce of gold, right?
Right.
So, the person who you're making the trade with has to come up with something that's worth the price of gold.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to buy a chicken with a bar of gold. That doesn't work out too well, right?
Right.
But with the gold backs, you're using, it's such small amounts of gold that it's real gold, and it's, it has a value, but it's not in such an excessive amount. That's not even a gram of gold. I mean, even a gram of gold is something like $60, right? So with the gold back, it puts it more of a tradable. So look into it, because you could still get them for, at least last I checked, for a decent price.
That's interesting you said that, because the mint that I deal with sells 1/100th gold. So they showed a picture of it. They put a penny for size, and it's smaller than a penny. So it's a 1/100th. I don't know what that is as far as weight goes, but I ordered 50 of them. because I was watching these guys on YouTube about precious metals, and they're like, "Why are you going to buy a kilo, or why are you going to buy 10 ounces, right? How are you going to get rid of that? Buy the smaller amounts. This way, it's easier to trade or barter or whatever it is." So that's a great way, great thing that you brought up right there.
Here you go. This is goldbacks. So they're going anywhere. So like one Utah goldback, see 1/1000th troy ounce. These guys are selling it for $4.95. Now, when I bought them, it was like $3.25 per. But this is what they look like. Here you go. This is a good one right here.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Oh, they're big.
These are goldback. Well, they come in different size. So this is like the dollar one right here. Then this would be like, I don't know how many is that. That's probably like 20 or 50. So it's basically gold they've turned into bills.
Huh. Yeah. That's interesting.
And here you go. Here's all the so you got like $1. I think this is 5, 10, 20, 50. So it's different sizes, because obviously you're depending on how much gold is in the bill is going to have a bigger size if it's more gold.
Yeah.
And you can actually use it. You can actually, I mean, right now, I believe it's Nevada, New Hampshire, and there's one other state, Utah, that you can actually go to anywhere supposedly in the state and actually use these for doing transactions, allegedly. Like you can go to stores and whatnot and use it.
Yeah. Well, I spent close to a decade out in the Salt Lake Valley, out in Utah, and out in Utah they've been doing stuff very similar to this, even when I was out there. But a lot of the things, when it comes to, will they take those? Yes, but a lot of the bartering that I've witnessed happening out there, let's say, a lot of it was people trading for food or trading, John knows how to do plumbing and he's going to trade with Jim to, hey, I'll come and, fix your well pump if, you'll trade me, a hind quarter of an elk, or, hey, I can do this if you'll do this for me. Hey, like someone who knows how to do plumbing will do plumbing for somebody like Thumper who knows how to make his own ethanol. I've seen more people trade, tit for tat, just, hey, I can do this if you can do this. Mm-hmm. Hey, I'll trade you 10 fish for a hind quarter of a whitetail. Like, I've seen more back-to-back trading like that, as well as looked into American history and even into the Amish communities and how they operate. And they operate more on a hard good as opposed to precious metals.
Makes total sense. Total sense.
I mean, I do know how to do plumbing. I worked for a plumber to get my degree, and I have plumbing fittings, which, from what I understand now, getting plumbing fittings is impossible.
Anything
Yeah.
to do with home improvement is either sky high,
Mm-hmm.
or it's not available, and you got to go crazy.
Yeah. And, I know guys that are still plumbers and stuff like that, and they're offering to buy parts from me because they don't have them. And these are things I bought for 39, 49, 59 cents 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Right.
And they're offering me $5 to $10 for them.
Wow. It's only going to go up. Hold on to them bad boys. That's it. That value is going to go up.
Yeah. So, is there a place for rare metals, for precious metals like gold and silver? Yes. Are they going to be used on a regular daily basis? More than likely not.
Okay, so I have a controversial question here. Let's say this is all smoke and mirrors. These people are pushing bullshit, and then everything comes to pass. Like, this is like the pandemic. It's just like scare and fear. Do you think it possibly could be that, or what are your odds saying that this shit's going to go down, or that this is just a lot of fear porn going on, that they're just saying, you better do this, or shit, because they're manufacturing the food shortage. They're manufacturing that. So, what do you think?
I'm probably a little better versed when it comes to like psychological manipulation than most people. I have never believed anything the media has ever said. The media was wrong about COVID. The media was wrong about so many different things. Our government has lied to us pretty much since like 1800.
Yep.
Once the original founders got out of it, it hasn't been what it was founded on. I don't see any harm in being prepared for this stuff, knowing how to be self-reliant, knowing how to source all of your own stuff. Go back to the old ways. If you look at like my grandparents, Depression era, they lived on a farm. They had everything that they grew almost everything they needed. They had almost everything there. If they didn't have it, they traded with a neighboring farm. And they lived.
The people that are going to suffer are the people that live in cities. Absolutely.
Oh,
If they live
my
in cities,
God.
absolutely, they're just going to have a shit way to go.
Yeah. Then my question to you would be, how does a lack of planning on their part constitute an emergency on yours?
It doesn't.
There's your answer.
It doesn't. Hey, if shit goes south like that, guess what? It's every man for himself. Hey, you know what I mean? I'll help anybody I can, but you ain't coming to take shit out of my pocket. That just ain't going to happen.
The best thing you can have to be prepared is you want to have a network of people. I know in my neighborhood, I have about 24 people that I speak with regularly. They know me. I know them. We all have diverse backgrounds. We've already agreed. When our power goes out because of a storm or whatever happens, we get a blizzard, whatever happens, we all gather in one spot. Okay, what are we working with? What do we know? Exchange information, solve the problem, work around it, find a solution. Because me with 20 people in my neighborhood, we have a far better chance of knowing what's going on around us and how to pull out of it than me by myself.
consider yourself very blessed to have that community, because most people, like I said, I live in the desert. I'm here in Phoenix. These people out here, oh man, you know what I mean? I don't fuck with nobody out here because they're all goofy. You know, I'm from Philly originally, so I come out here and it's just like, nah. But yeah,
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying, and I surround myself with like-minded people. I've only
Right.
been out here for a short period of time, but the people that I do know, yeah, I can call them and do that. But most people, especially like what you're talking about, very, very, very few and far between do they have anything like that, and that's sad, you know, because everybody's all about themselves, and it's crazy because you know,
Yeah.
people are asleep. It's just a shame. It really is a shame.
It is, and you can build your network anywhere. The one thing that I'm actually actively hardcore working on now is in my free time, which has been very minimal the past month, reading, studying, and planning on getting my ham radio license.
Oh yeah, CB
So,
radio, absolutely. Yep, yep.
no ham, different frequencies.
What's the difference? I thought a CB could be used as a ham radio as well.
No, it can't.
Well,
Okay.
CB is citizens band, and it only
Yeah.
goes so far. The ham radio, you can literally set that thing up to get across the other side of the world.
Put it this way: with a ham, I have a shortwave radio that I've been listening to a lot past 5 years. The other night, I was listening to a ham radio operator broadcasting from Denmark.
Oh,
And I'm in Wisconsin.
so CB. I thought it was all about the antenna for
No,
that.
no.
No, it's not. Okay, so I'm
No.
totally off base. Okay.
Yeah, there are bands of frequencies that are designed to operate in different ranges. If you can understand long and shortwave, short distance, long wave, long distance, kind of the easiest way to put it. So you can go to the high frequency, which you actually use the atmosphere to bounce your signal off of to another part of the world. It's kind of easy. It's like playing pool. You're kind of banking things off the atmosphere to broadcast a signal to other areas. Having people, let's say you're in Arizona, I'm in Wisconsin, you and I get on the same we have a schedule, same frequency, same time. I have your call sign, you have my call sign. We call out at the same time. We have an agreement every Sunday at 11 p.m. Mountain Standard Time or Arizona time. Because I know Arizona is different than every other state.
Yeah.
You guys don't do
daylight saving. No daylight savings.
Now, if you and I agree to meet on the same frequency every Sunday night at 11 p.m., I'm on that frequency. I call out to you. You hear me. We don't need the internet. We don't need phones. We can talk back and forth, share information.
I definitely have to look into that. So when I was reading about CB radios, they have a what is it? There's two channels that they have though. One
channel 19 on CB is primarily run by the truckers. Channel 9 is for emergency purposes. Are the two main things on CB radios.
Yeah, but
they have a switch. They have a switch that you could switch on to do long wave and short wave. That's why I was saying CB radios. I was reading something about that. I have to do more research.
Yeah, there's sideband operation, but you're
sideband. That's it. That's exactly it. Yeah.
CBs, you're limited to 4 or 5 watts in a very narrow frequency range. You're limited to, let's say, channels like 1 through 10, so to speak, for frequency. It's a very narrow window that you can shoot through. Now with ham radio, you open up multiple ranges and frequencies. High frequency, ultra high frequency, there's UHF, VHF, and HF. Very high frequency, ultra high frequency, and high frequency. You can broadcast on all of those.
What is the power consumption of that ham radio? Is it minimal? So you could run off like a solar power generator?
Yeah. Oh yeah. The radio.
Okay.
The radio. I'm actually looking at buying it the next month. It has a built-in battery, and then you can plug it in and charge it off of a 12 volt or off of a 110. And you can run it mobile. You can put it in a backpack and walk away with it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Would you like throwing that out there for us? Would you mind saying what that is?
The radio is expensive.
That does for survival. That doesn't matter to me. That does. I mean, I'm holding on to some paper money, but guess what? I'm buying liquid assets. That's exactly what I'm buying. You know what I mean? Whatever I could use. Because
Yeah.
if that paper goes to shit, what am I going to do? Wipe my ass with it? No, I'd rather buy the assets. I'd rather have
Yeah.
the assets. So
The radio that I'm looking at is an ICOM IC705.
ICOM IC705.
Yeah, it's about $1,400.
Nothing. I blow my money on. I used to blow my money on dumb shit like that. No problem. I'd rather invest in that. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and then just you have to. There's a company called I believe it's New Super Antenna. It's a backpackable breakdown antenna that you can actually put in a backpack and actually walk around and broadcast on every ham radio frequency available.
Okay, so it's an ICOM IC705, and
Yep.
the antenna is a New Super antenna.
Yep.
Right on, man. Right on.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at in the New Super Antenna company. The Super Antenna company. I just googled them. That's how I found them. It's about $500-600. But if you look
Well,
at for under $2,000, you can talk to anybody in the world.
yeah, exactly. Communication is key. Communication is key, man. Shit. Absolutely. That's well worth it.
Your ham license with the regular technician, I think it's like $15 or $20 to take the technician test. You just got to spend the time to study what you need to know. Then the general class is the one you're going to need that'll get you all around the world. And if you study everything, you can get your technician. As soon as you pass your tech, you can, in the same sitting, you can take your general test, get your call sign from the FCC, and just be out broadcast. You can literally be out. You have your own license to broadcast.
Oh man, that's amazing.
Yeah, I was
Right
listening to a
on.
guy. I was listening to a guy last night from South Africa.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is really cool, man.
And so to be able to broadcast on a 10-watt radio from South Africa, and I can
Right.
pick them up here in Wisconsin.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right on. That's right on, man.
You circumvent the media, whatever kind of political narrative somebody's trying to push, because you're able to draw information from so many different sources.
Yeah, Kyle, she's saying,
Yeah.
this might be a good time to visit the dentist and keep up with any medical stuff for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, well, since you posted that, like, God forbid somebody has a toothache or a tooth goes loose and you pull it, you break, and you're trying to pull it and you break the tooth off in your gum. Holy shit! What do you do then? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like.
Well, I always think
Man.
of what was that movie with Tom Hanks, Castaway.
Yeah.
Oh, where he had that bad tooth and he had to like crack it out with that sharpened ice skate. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a movie guy, but yeah. Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
That works.
Yeah.
It seems quite horrific.
I mean, the big things that when it comes to being prepared for a worst case scenario, look at the things that you use on a regular basis and make sure you have, ideally up to 1 year worth. And as you use it, you replenish it.
Yeah.
If you can learn, people learn how to make cheeses, find a dairy farmer. Find a chicken farmer, get your eggs, find ways of making things to trade. Because if you look at it, when the Great Depression hit, right now, what are the biggest items that are out of stock that you can't find anywhere? Alcohol.
Alcohol? You mean like regular, like rubbing alcohol, or
No,
drinking alcohol?
Either.
I have no problem finding both. I don't know. My area, I haven't seen that problem.
I live near some major breweries. I'm in Wisconsin. We're known for beer and cheese here.
Yeah.
And beer is getting hard to find. Vodka, gin, rum, whiskey. A lot of those things are getting very difficult to find. Then even when the pandemic hit, you remember not only was food in short supply, but alcohol was in short supply as well.
I didn't really, well, I wasn't going out much for the first couple months, but even so, I didn't notice it by me that there was a problem with shortage of alcohol.
Oh, yeah, I was hearing it from a lot of people all over the country. People were just shut-ins and a box of wine.
Well, yeah, people were definitely drinking more.
Yeah.
I mean, what I noticed is with that stuff is because there's a local liquor store I went to, and they used to have like specials. They don't have specials anymore. Like they'd have like a $5 whatever special. All that stuff's gone.
Yeah.
There's like a table, $5 special table. Several months ago, it was impossible to find rubbing alcohol. Huh. I didn't have that problem.
Yeah, I'm not a drinker. You know what I use now? I don't use alcohol. I use witch hazel.
Yeah.
Witch hazel. Yeah. It's cheap. It's really cheap.
Yeah.
So alcohol, yeah, it's okay. It's okay, but I rather use, because that's what my grandmother used. Shit stinks, but hey, that's what it is.
It's a fact. You do what you got to do to get through it. But yeah, you have to look at the things that we take advantage of and take for granted on a daily basis. How many people, when the power goes out, walk into a room and reach for a switch?
Right.
How many
I'm
people?
I'm a flashlight whore, so I got flashlights everywhere.
Yeah.
And rechargeable batteries.
Yeah. The lithium ion 18650 rechargeables.
Yep. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I have probably close to 75 or 100 of them in the house.
Oh, wow. I got like 20.
And I have ways to solar through a USB solar charger that I can charge them up.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly right. Yep.
And
I got the AAAs, AAs. I even got D batteries and C batteries, rechargeable for whatever. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, and see, like I phased out all my AA, C's and D's. Almost everything I have is 18650. And that's one thing
some flashlights don't have that. You know what I mean? Some flashlights have the AAAs and the AAs.
Yeah.
But I got headlamps that require them big batteries that you just said.
Yeah.
So floodlights just like that. So
the one thing most people forget about is when they look at their gear, you got to streamline. Like I have lanterns that take the 18650s, the 123As, which is just a shorter version. The little 3.7 volt. I don't have any 1.5 volt AA, triple, anything that needs any of those batteries. I still have a stockpile of them.
Right.
But my headlamps, my lanterns, my flashlights, all of my stuff, I know some guys that carry AA, AAA, D, C, like all these batteries. It's like, I just carry 5 of this and I'm good. It runs everything for me.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Just streamline what you have. Find what works for you. Find a brand. There's even companies, I don't want to call out anybody, but there's a company in Utah that they do solar rechargeable lanterns, flashlights that you can piggyback and charge phones and other things off of.
Yeah.
Something like that is, very useful.
The problem is that most people have no clue about any of what we're talking about. I mean, they really don't. You know what I mean? It's just you sit and talk to some people, and I'm just talking about people not like us, but just regular people that you run into. And it's like, oh, what's going on? Blah blah. And then you say, well, do you have your batteries? What? What do you mean? Okay, never mind. I gotta go. See ya. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we might as well be speaking, ancient Sumerian because they have no idea what we're talking about.
It's sad. It's absolutely sad.
It is. And when I talk about, make sure all your stuff runs on, like the 123As or 18650s, most people don't even know what those batteries are.
Right.
Like all my stuff runs on those. I have a few, the CR123s. I have a few things that use little button batteries, but I have a stockpile like a dozen of them. Am I ever going to go through them? Probably not. but you know what? I can always trade them.
Right, exactly.
But knowing where your stuff is, I mean, your power goes out, you probably can reach over and grab a light.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It takes a certain mindset to be conditioned to do that, to be prepared to do that, and to you have to learn. You have to learn your skills. You have to learn what you know and what you don't know, and build on that. What works for me isn't going to work for you.
Yeah, but these people have zero clue. They're so reliant on the system, and I don't mean like welfare system. I mean like the grid and the gas. They're just so reliant, and when they get slapped in the face, they're just going to be like, "What? You know?" It's crazy. It's like, what do you mean? What do I mean? See you later. I got to go. Bye.
Well,
you know?
I mean, you saw again that video I showed with all the people sitting in line.
Right. Man.
So, Big Lou, have you been on any of my streams at all before?
No, but I watch your videos and you're funny as shit, dude.
Oh, thanks.
I like the one with the redheads because I'm a ginger and chick or dick. It fucking cracks me up, man. It fucking cracks me up, dude.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my live streams are a little different. I mean, I try to be a little more serious because I think we're in serious times right now.
We are. Yeah,
so,
we are. We definitely are.
And my regular videos are just kind of. I would consider myself a woke war trench artist.
Right on.
But I believe we're in in reality, I think we're in a real war that I believe started in 2020. If you were to ask my opinion,
absolutely.
Everything that's going on could be traced back to the start of 2020 with the Wu flu, and now we're into a hot war between Russia and Ukraine, and I think stuff is going to get hotter. I think China is going to become an issue. It already is an issue. I think it's going to become more of an issue. But to get back on point, so usually I finish my streams with what I call 20 talks, and
yeah.
So we just what I do is I put up TikTok, that ridiculous site, and you never know what you're going to get. It's life's like a box of chocolates, and it could be fun, could be, I don't know. You never know.
Roll with it.
I have to come up with a song or something. 20 talks, and then as a bonus tonight. There's a guy, One Fast Dak. He was on my stream last week. He decided to have a stream tonight. He usually does his on Mondays. I don't know why he decided to have one tonight on his. And I'm going to go raid his stream. And I'm going to try to do it on my stream. But we'll do the 20 talks over here first. And then we'll try rating his. So here we go. This is what we're going to start with. Yeah, it's totally random. I have no idea what's going to come up. So... It could be some weeks it's good, some weeks it's bad.
Some weeks will give you nightmares.
Some weeks will give you nightmares.
We're living in a nightmare.
You get a good. Some weeks are just like some weeks are pretty good. We'll see. Let's see what happens. So right off the bat, you got one of these girls doing her dance. I'd say half of TikTok is this nonsense.
Yeah.
Just look at me, give me likes, give me affirmation.
Right.
I mean, this is.
And she's probably getting ran through like no tomorrow. You know what I mean? Her getting her back blown out every day.
Oh man. All right, what's next? Oh, this looks like fun. Oh, nice.
Oof.
How long this must have taken. Whenever I see one of these things, I think of all the time this person took to set this stuff up. It's probably like days. Oh man,
I'm thinking that they have OCD. That's what I'm thinking.
You have to, right? I mean,
yeah, you have to have OCD. You have to, absolutely.
I don't have the patience for something like this.
No, me neither.
Where I mean, look at this is like each little thing. Somebody took the time to set up.
You know what that
And
means?
like,
He has too much time on his hands.
yeah, yeah, he definitely does. Without a doubt. Oh my God, look at this. Look how elaborate this is.
Who has the floor space for that? I know I don't.
That's, oh my God.
It's pretty cool though.
As it's okay. I just think of all, like they could have done something a little more useful. I think,
Yeah.
with the time. But you
So
know,
with that skill,
he's
what
got
do you think he?
he's got
So with that
2
skill, what do
million
you
likes.
think he could barter for that?
Well, he's got 1.9 million likes, so he could probably make money off it somehow, off social media some way.
Oh.
All men should use this plant. What is this? See, I don't generally put the sound on.
What is that?
She's talking. This can help with
BPH. That's for enlarged
BPH.
prostates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that salt palmetto?
Must
Looks
be.
like it. Yeah.
This looks like southern. This looks like Florida type.
Yeah, it's southeast.
Yeah, southeast type something.
Yeah, it looks like a palmetto plant.
Yeah.
Someone,
Right
you gotta buy like books on this stuff. You end up like eating something that'll kill you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not good with this stuff. Like I can't. I have hard time, telling plants leaves apart.
Look on Craigslist. Look on social media places. Find local foraging groups that you can go out and learn from. Those guys are willing to teach you.
I might. Oh Jesus! What a jackass! Oh, these are just random clips. Oh, there he goes. He went down. You'd think they would do a little better on the. See, those kind of idiots they're going to get themselves shot or whatnot. Oh, look at this guy! What a moron!
Yeah, we've seen this one before.
Oh, I haven't seen this one.
Not this one.
See, this is stuff that it's going to get people like shot.
Yeah. Yeah, you shoot me with a Nerf gun, I'm going to fucking wring your neck.
Oh, that's going over.
Mm-hmm.
They're just waiting for it to go over.
Oh, yeah.
People are like placing bets.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, he caught it. Oh, dude. All right. This is just 250,000 likes on this video, and half of it's shit quality.
Oh my goodness.
And this is just, I mean, that guy needs to, I mean, come on. This is like,
man,
this is the younger generation though. They can't even, like, I've seen these kind of things where these people, they don't know how to do simple stuff, like how to roll a bowling ball.
I know we've talked about it before. The movie Idiocracy going from a comedy to a documentary. This just verifies it.
Oh yeah, for certain. For sure. I've seen these video cleaning. So this is basically, they take these disgusting cars. I mean, look at this car. And who lives like this? I guess there are people like that.
there are there is.
Yeah. Oh, that's disgusting. That is nasty.
Yeah, I wonder what that thing smells like. Holy cow.
This person had to smoke. That's a smoker.
Oh, absolutely nasty. That's there you go. Stock up on smokes. Stock up on smokes. Go to Virginia, buy cases of smokes.
Yeah,
go around trade all that.
Trading for smokes. That's like prison stuff there.
Yeah, well, there you go. Or the Walking Dead. It's going to be like the Walking Dead soon.
Yeah,
that is just nasty.
Yeah, man. Sheesh.
I guess there's some satisfaction in seeing it get cleaned. I guess that's the draw to this, because it's got 16 million likes on this video.
Well, I think
16
it's a draw.
million.
I think it's a draw because most people don't know how to clean it like this, and they think that the car is worthless. But you just put a
Yeah.
little cleaning to it, and then boom, you're right back. You're right back with it. It looks great. It's like, oh, now instead of selling a piece of shit car that looks like that for 500, now you could sell it for 1,200 or 1,500. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Just put a little elbow grease into it.
I was doing that as kind of side hustles, fixing and cleaning commuter cars. Make a decent amount, but the problem is,
Yeah.
over the last like 2 years, because of the new car shortages, the used car prices have gone up quite considerably.
Yeah.
So it's hard to make a good profit.
Yeah.
And then you got to deal
They
with
scrub
that
the
kind
whole
of shit.
dash.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're mechanically inclined, that's a great trade and barter right there.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it. That's
Mhm.
yeah.
Great
I mean,
skill. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, what's happening here?
She just
Hold on.
texted her husband. It's okay.
Hold
He
on.
just left.
I guess
Come
this
over
is
now.
the husband.
Yeah, prank, and that's her husband right there. Yeah.
Oh man, he didn't even wait to get into the driveway. He's like, I'm gonna get that motherfucker.
Man.
Wow, he is coming to kick ass.
Yeah.
Man.
And it's just a prank. Oh, he was ready to roll. He was ready to throw down.
Oh, he was not happy.
No.
If hell froze
Oh,
over and I
God.
did get married and
Oh,
my
boy.
wife did that, I'd hand her divorce papers in 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no reason. There's no reason to prank me like that. There's other ways you could prank me. Don't tell me about
Oh, for sure.
you're doing dumb shit.
Yeah. I don't know if this woman should be doing this at her age.
She might break a hip.
She looks a bit old for this, right? I mean, 84,000 likes, though. Oh, man. Got some thick-ass thighs.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, what does he think? That's a pickle? Oh, it just hit him. He's like,
Oh shit. And he's still chewing it. Spit it out, son.
Oh, no.
He's still chewing.
Oh,
He's still chewing it. Oh, he's thinking maybe it'll get cooler. No.
Oh my goodness.
painful life lesson learned early.
Oh yeah. He's like, I'm done with that. Oh.
That develops trust issues right there. That develops trust issues. You have trust issues after that.
Oh, look at this little guy. He's like, give me water. Give me water. Water, please.
Don't touch your face.
Water.
Don't touch your face after touching a pepper.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
Water. You think that mom would, be a little more,
Yeah.
Come on.
Come
Get
on.
the kid some
Yeah,
water
exactly.
a little quicker than this.
Or not even have them eat the pepper. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
take the seeds out. Take the seeds out at least. You know what I mean? You still get a little tang from the pepper, but the seeds are what do you in.
Oh, she totally punked this little guy.
Poor kid.
anything to validate her, anything to get her attention, anything to get people to look at her.
I would never put my kids on TikTok. That's just terrible. Shouldn't do that.
And this social media generation is they're just so idiotic. They're just so fucking idiotic, man.
Okay, here we go. Millennial cooking idea. Here we go. What is this mess? Some of these millennial women cannot cook to save their life, and I think this is what is going to be this is what we're watching here.
Guess what? I'm a Gen Xer, and some of them can't cook. You know what I mean? I'm 54 years old, and some of these older ladies are like, "You're a cook." I'm like, "You don't know how to cook?" I'm like, "Well, what are you good for?"
Do you have any other skills?
Well, she's doing okay here so far.
Can you hunt? Can you fish? Can you garden? Can you prepare food?
Yes.
Provide medical care? Do you have some kind of skill?
I don't care how hot you are. You need to produce and bring something to the table, and don't be the table. You just got to bring something to it.
Well, some of them are bigger than tables.
Yeah.
Oh,
Doesn't matter if they're bigger than tables as long as they know what they're doing. It doesn't matter. She's making meatballs. She looks like she's making meatballs.
What is it? Like she's putting it in the cabbage?
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to steam. It's probably steaming it. Probably
Well,
steam because you can't.
She's probably going to put it in a roaster and put like a tomato-based sauce in it, and she's going to bake it until the
Why?
cabbage is fully cooked.
Why would you do that?
Well, in restaurants, how you heat up steak is you put two pieces of letter over top of it, and then you pop it in the salamander, and it heats up. It heats up the steak without drying it out.
Oh,
So
here she goes. She's putting in the sauce. I don't know. This
Yeah.
does not look appealing to me. This does not look appealing whatsoever. Well, okay, let's see what it looks like when it's done. I don't know. This is
Second of all, you don't cook with aluminum foil. So.
yeah. Yeah.
So they're steamed meatballs and cabbage.
It just does not look good.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, that's a fail.
Yeah.
Oh, might see some tornado action here.
Oh.
They're speeding this up. There's definitely.
Yeah.
This is going to be.
They're not driving this fast down a road.
No, hell no. Looks like a tornado forming.
Yeah. That's scary to see live if you've ever seen it happen.
Thankfully, I never have.
Yeah, me neither.
And I don't think I'd want to be this close to one.
I saw one at a distance.
Oh, it's coming down.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I've lived through my fair share of hurricanes, but never tornadoes.
Earthquakes, yes. Tornadoes, yes. Ice storms, yes. Never been through a hurricane.
Oh, Callipy wants to know, why don't you cook with aluminum foil?
Because it's a soft metal and it leaches into your food. Same with aluminum pots.
Yeah.
Cast iron or stainless steel, they still leach. They still leach though, but not as much as aluminum.
The Teflon stuff's really bad for you too.
Oh, yeah.
No. That's a big no.
Yeah.
And don't heat stuff up in a microwave in a plastic container.
No.
Well, you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Like them frozen dinners. Oh, I just pop it in. I'm like, okay, keep going there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, keep doing that, buddy. You're good.
Well, I think that's why, because the BPAs that you generate from doing that is part of the soy boy problem.
Yeah.
Right,
Slow cookers are good. Slow cookers are real good to cook with.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What's this chick doing? She's doing some kind of Michael Jackson nonsense.
Best metal they have for pans. I'm partial to cast iron or titanium.
Cast iron.
Oh yeah, cast iron.
That's expensive. I was looking at surgical steel. They're crazy. They're crazy money for small quart pots. They're crazy money. $300, $400, $500, $600. I'm like, now I'll stick with the cast iron, stainless steel, and the pottery and the slow cookers. That's it. That's all I need.
Yeah.
Yes, what isn't doing? I think that was what was her name? Beyonce. I think that's who that was. Oh, this guy's going to do some kind of funky printing. How long is this? Sometimes these videos are a little long. This one's quick.
And this is
what is he doing? Is that 3D printing?
Yeah, 3D printer. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Sometimes you can make some cool stuff with the 3D printer. I had a buddy who does this stuff. He made me a cup holder for one of my cars. This video, though, was kind of disappointing.
Oh, this will be entertaining.
Oh boy. She can't even pick up the tire.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
LWD, honey.
Yeah.
Kroll oil looks better.
Yeah, WD-40 ain't so great.
Yeah.
Was it KROL? One of the best.
See, I use PB Blaster. PB Blaster seems to do it for me.
Yeah. Yep. Blaster works good too. Yep.
Yeah. Kroll oil is expensive though.
Yeah.
What is it?
Kroll, KROL.
I've seen these. Check these videos out. This is like she's pretending to walk. They have these. I've run into these every once in a while. Like
she's cute, but
But she's pretending to walk. This is like
Yeah.
a thing. I've seen these videos before. It's a weird thing that they do. It's like, what are we doing here? I
Yeah.
guess
Yeah. That's
this
20
is what
seconds.
I
I'll never
look
get
like.
back.
Yeah, this is what I look like when I walk down the street. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks
Swinging
for
your hips like
sharing.
that.
These are
Right.
the people I'm going to be competing against for resources.
Exactly. Exactly. These people.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a TikTok and I'll give you a dozen eggs, bitch.
Oh, what are they making here?
Making
What is
ice
that?
cream with the orange soda.
Yeah.
Oh, is this like a Cold Stone
Mhm.
Creamery or something?
I got a Chinese street or a Taiwanese street vendor.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, dear God.
I need attention.
Another look at
Please.
me. Look at me. Look at me. Oh, she's a red. She's a redhead.
You know,
I don't
aged like,
think
Yeah.
she's a red.
I'm sure that's natural.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
aged like banana pudding, as Pop would say.
90,000 likes for this piece of crap.
Wow, that's crazy, man. That's so crazy.
So what are we at? I think we're at 12 right now. What are we doing here? What is this nonsense? Okay. Not really sure. It's probably something you had to watch listen to the sound on. Oh my God, what is this guy doing? This is not the safe protocol for firing these weapons, sir.
Yeah.
I could just hear Pop right now. What the hell are you doing?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Is it just proving that he can hold it up while he's firing?
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
I think that's what's happening there. And what is this? Here you go, mail order bride out of the Philippines or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll pass.
Yeah, same here.
Might be Guatemala, actually. One of those South American countries.
One's-
Another like 15 seconds of nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh
If
boy.
people
these
would
guys.
put as much time as they put on these things into investing in themselves and learning about themselves and everything that goes on around the world, be a better place. But no, they have to seek validation from goofballs on the internet.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just watching this guy getting chased by a fucking cow. Fucking steer's like, give me the goddamn food. You want to eat him?
Oh,
Ukraine. Oh boy. See some of this Ukraine shit that comes through is total fake. Fake
exactly.
stuff. It's like we've seen video games where they claim it's Ukraine and
Yeah.
whatever this is. It's probably like a drill somewhere.
Right.
Where are we at? I think we're at.
Oh, we got a big girl.
Yeah.
Get it, girl. Get it.
I think this is 20. I think this is the last one.
So we're gonna end on a high note.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Get it. Yeah. Work it.
Are we going for the bonus? Are we going to do the bonus? Let's do the bonus. Oh!
How's that?
What in the fuck
Oh
is
my
this?
god. Is that her head? Is his head hanging back like that?
Oh, this is going to give me nightmares.
Oh my goodness. What is going on? Oh my god. Wow. You picked a winner with that one. Holy shit.
Oh my god, dude.
What?
This is like sideshow stuff.
The spine doesn't move like that. Neither does the
Oh,
air.
Yeah.
I can't watch this anymore. Goodbye. I can't. Oh,
Wow.
okay. Oh, that's a
Wow.
way to end.
Yeah, that was a big finish right there.
Yeah. All right. Are we gonna go raid? Or here's Dak's stream. Are we gonna go raid it? Let's see if I can put up the sound on it. I don't know if I'll be able to. Can you guys hear that his stream?
Faintly.
No, I can't
You
get
got-
nothing.
You can't hear it?
No.
Just very faintly in my headphones.
Let's see if I can. I'm going to try to get in there. I know he
What's
put
he talking about?
I think they're probably talking chicks and divorce and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah, never been married. I don't need a one.
Well,
I mean,
good for you.
yeah, no, I never been married, dude. Nah, I don't need the headache. Nah, fuck that.
Never been married. There's if I'm gonna even risk anything like that, there's got to be something at risk for them as well.
You got to connect. You just have to connect on all levels and be authentic and be real. And most girls, like I said, they don't want that. They want the bad boys, and they get run through, and then they want to settle down with somebody that'll take care of them. Nah,
Right.
Yeah, fuck that. No, I'm good with that.
She gotta bring some skills to the table.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's and just drawing attention on the internet isn't a skill.
It's not one of them. It's not one of them.
Right.
So
all
sad.
right.
So sad. Hey guys, it was great hanging out with you.
Thanks for coming. I really appreciate you coming. And I'll leave you with that nightmare to remember.
Yeah, thanks.
Sleep with.
Oh my goodness.
And it's too bad I couldn't get. Well, I'm gonna go over to Dax stream now and go raid it. And Calliope and Jay and everybody else who stopped by, either here
Sam.
now or everybody who came.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time. All right, guys, I'll catch you on the flip side.
Right.
Stay safe.
Take care.
You too. Take care of yourself.
All right. Nate.
All right.
Later.
All right, Nate. I think that's it.
All right, Billy. Take care of yourself, man. It's good to chat with you again.
Good chatting with you. And to everybody still watching, thanks for coming.
Yeah.
And have a great rest of your weekend, although the weekend's over. At least where I'm at. It's now Monday.
Everybody have fun. Keep checking out Billy's YouTube channel.
Oh, thanks, man.
Throw some ideas his way. Awesome guy. If you want to see us go into further detail, shoot a comment. He's got a website. Look into it. If you want us to go into more detail and stuff, let us know. I'm willing to share what I know.
I appreciate that.
You're welcome, man. You're good people.
Thank you. All right.
All right, brother. Take care of yourself.
Take care. All right.
Bye.
Bye now.